Alright, hello guys. So, welcome to another Alien Earth review, episode 6. So, at this point, I'm just giving up on this being the best show of the year. Severance season 2, I guess, is number 1, definitely. It's still number 1, because I think I'd say that was just basically number 1. I mean, Alien Earth, like, it started, like, with the first 2 episodes being like, man, this is probably better than Severance. And then episode 3 and 4, the pacing wasn't the best, even though I was still interested. And episode 5 was probably the best episode, yeah. I mean, I gave it a 10 out of 10, so yeah. And 6, we got 6 now, and I'm just like, I've given up on this being the best show of the year. They've lost their chance. The pacing is the biggest issue of this show, because it had potential to be the best show of the year, but they failed. So let's just get into this anyway. To me, anyway. And I need to fully see what most people think about this show, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, this is supposed to be the episode where a lot of the aliens are going to break out, but really only like a small amount actually break out. Like a very small amount, yeah. So not even in this episode we get to fully see him break out, because in the title it says the fly, so it's kind of obvious what animals actually break out, and then they're probably going to spread it once they, get around to the humans and stuff, and then they're going to infect them, and then it's going to get all the rest of the aliens out, and I guess that's what's going to happen in the last 2 episodes, to the point where we see what the androids do if they leave with the humans, or they just go out on themselves, which I'd prefer. That would make things more interesting than just them in the city. I don't want to see how this city is anyway. There's so many possibilities, but I don't really have faith in them actually fully executing them perfectly. I mean, they're trying to be like, they're flipping like the Breaking Bad writers, where they can do slow burns so well, but Alien Earth, it can't really hold a candle to Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul with how they do slow burns, with how they build things up slowly to then you just seeing the tensions rise and then just a huge explosion. They're not really good at doing that. Even flipping Andor is way better at doing that, man. Like Andor is just like, because yeah, like it can have like very slow moments, but then once it actually builds it up to like the huge moment, like with the prison escape, the heist, like just all them moments, those big moments, it's always so satisfying because of all the stuff that built it up. But this show is really bad at, building that tension, the tension part, and it's not really good at building the slow parts. Like that's the show's biggest weakness, really. It's trying to build up things, but it's just failing to keep it interesting. Yeah. So that's why I wouldn't say this is probably the best show of the year now, because of a lot of the episodes that follow. There is like 2-3 episodes that are like 10 out of 10. It shows the potential of this show, but to me, it just feels like a similar situation to Gen V, where you have like certain episodes that are just so good, and then the rest are just like, bruh, I feel like I'm wasting my time watching this. Like, bruh, like, come on, man. So I'm hoping Gen V season 2 is a lot better, which is we're getting that like next week, right? Yeah, I hope they do a way better job than season 1. And it just sucks that we're gonna have like one character down, since the actor from Sabrina passed away in real life. So yeah, we're not really gonna have him. Rest in peace, because he's a really good actor, and it would have been cool if they gave him better script going into season 2, because he wasn't really one of my favorite characters in season 1. It was literally Golden Boy, and his character was even flipping alive for most of the show. You only get to see him in flashbacks, and to me, I feel like they should have kept his character alive instead of like killing him off in the first episode, and then you just see him for the rest of the show like in flashbacks. He would have been an awesome lead. He would have been like the fan favorite, and instead of like, I guess, the other girl from Sabrina who we get as the main lead, I would have preferred him, like him being one of the best power heroes or something, the one that could possibly fight Soldier Boy, Homelander, and all them. Instead of like, I guess, the one that they've chosen to be the main lead and who can actually hold a candle to them and actually possibly beat them I don't know about beating them in a fight, but actually can, fight with them. But we're talking about this show. I'm just hoping with season 2 they can actually not have such a slow pace. Just fully go to more like Aliens if you can't handle Aliens slower pace, because to me, I'm not really the biggest fan of the first film. It's definitely a great film, there's no lie to that, but I'm just not the biggest fan of like slowly building up things and you take a very long time to get to the things where it gets interesting. And that's this show's issue. I think it's trying to take more from Alien instead of Aliens, like the one that I prefer, where they don't take too long to build things up. Like before even the second act, like you're fully into like what's going on. Where this has been more like Alien, where it's most of the film just very slow building, with just a little height of something going on for a brief moment, and then it's just back to the slow building, and then by the time you get to the third act, like that's when everything's happening. And that's what this show's trying to do, but in TV form, it's not good because you have to wait literally a week to see what happens next. So that's its biggest issue. And then you just got Wendy like talking with the aliens, yeah, like just trying to still communicate with them. She kind of views them as like friendly, and he just wants to get her out of here, but you know they're not gonna let her go, of course, for what the potential that she has. Like she can literally go through space time and like travel thousands of years, probably like in just like, I don't know, maybe minutes, days or something. Like the possibilities with Wendy is crazy, and then they kind of like erase her memory because of how hostile she was in the previous episode. Yeah, those thinking she could be a problem. One of the people didn't want to do it. One of the ones who look after Wendy, so he gets fired. So I guess I don't know if like they're together. So the wife does it. Like the woman who was kind of, I guess, afraid of her, which I don't blame her for just being completely fine doing it, because literally tried to attack her possibly, just because of saying something about the baby that wasn't real. So yeah, he gets fired anyway, and he says if he doesn't leave the premises or find transport, he's going to be executed. So, and to me that's just kind of dumb. He'd be in a place like this where he can just literally be executed, which is, yeah, crazy. And then you got them talking. He's just trying to persuade her to leave, but she doesn't want to leave because of all the fascination she's getting from the aliens in this place. But then something happens when she goes to see her friend, where she's kind of like in between, right? But we'll get to that anyway, because we actually get the meeting of the other company people, and you've just got the main guy just being so immature with his legs up and everything. And then you got the one that Mo was working with, like she's trying to make a bargain with him to get the aliens. Like she'll basically pay him like 20 billion for it, because I guess the ship was actually hers, and it crashed in his territory and killed thousands of people. And to me, he obviously doesn't really care about the people, and he feels like these aliens are kind of worth way more. And even though 20 billion's a lot, I guess in the future that's probably not. That's just penny change for these people, these elites. Because I guess trillion in this timeline is probably like the new billion or something. I don't know. And then billion is like the million. Like who knows how expensive things will get in this timeline. But yeah, he kind of goes with her deal with the 20 billion, but you know, he says something about having to do a 6-week quarantine, which she's not really happy about. Like she needs him now. So like she's obviously planning to get Moos, like get him out, like basically break him out, but that could easily go so wrong. So to me that's kind of a dumb plan. I mean, she's probably like super rich, and she's willing to risk things going wrong just to get the aliens, because there's a chance that they might actually kill some of them, or they could just be on the run and she'll miss her chance to capture them, instead of just like accepting like the quarantine stuff. But who knows if the quarantine stuff kind of mess up what she wants from them, because obviously they're doing experiments on them. So she probably knows that they're doing experiments on them, so they're probably going to take the worth out of him anyway. Yeah, even though he's talking about like no one owns something that has life, when he's basically doing experiments on him. So whatever, hypocrite. So yeah, their plan is to basically break him out, basically using that that other robot that Mo was controlling. Yeah. So yeah, they basically erase her memories, so she doesn't remember anything. And when she's talking to Wendy, Wendy's just like, how do you not remember all these things from the other day? And she just says she doesn't know. And then she gets spooked by that. So who knows where Wendy's mind is after that scene, I guess. And you just got him in the woods talking to Moa. And then his friend comes asking why he's acting so sus, since he just wants to play with him, I guess. And he's just trying to work out how he's going to get Wendy out of here. Then he ends up talking to him. And you got them out there. It would have been cool if something actually cool happened out here. Like they encountered something. Have a little look at the alien. She's trying to talk to it. It's just that's kind of the main thing that's keeping it there. Having like a connection with the aliens, but then finding out the humans. But man, they could do something even crazier, to be honest. That would actually be cool. You know, if like Wendy actually be's the one who frees the aliens, and then they end up killing the humans so they can escape. And then I don't know if the androids would go their own separate ways. Yeah, so that could go anyway. And then he ends up basically messing up trying to feed the aliens, but he gets himself trapped and he gets eaten by the fly aliens, which they end up basically getting a chance to escape. Yeah. And then when he has a talk with her about erasing her memories. And then you got this guy who got fired, who's ends up helping Wendy's brother to help her escape, like removes her tracking stuff. But then he finds out one of the robots kind of got killed. Yeah, since that one was trying to feed the fly things, whatever, I don't even know what to call him. So yeah, he goes to check it out, and this gives him the chance to put the face hugger on him, since that's what Moa wanted him to do. So he ends up locking him inside once he's trying to help the android that's injured. So yeah, the face hugger basically gets free. Like it basically lines up perfectly for him. And it kind of sucks it's him out of all the humans, the most decent humans, where yeah, he just got fired, but he's still willing to help Wendy's brother to help her escape. And then this ends up happening to him. Yeah, it kind of sucks. I kind of wish it was more of like the bad humans, but oh well. So yeah, the facehugger ends up on him, and he literally sees everything and doesn't really tell the boss. So he's basically dragging him into the vents. And I guess the flies are free, so I'm just guessing they're probably gonna continue the spread. Yeah. And the episode just basically ends there. It's pretty underwhelming. I was expecting to see all of them break out in this episode, but really it's just the flies, which are probably gonna end up spreading to the humans, and the humans will turn into like who knows what, and then free all the other aliens, or who knows, maybe Wendy ends up freeing some of the aliens. Then everyone ends up escaping because Wendy doesn't trust the humans, and the other androids don't trust the humans after what happened to the other robot who thought she was pregnant. So I'm just guessing that's how it's going to go. And in season 2, they'll just be on the run, and they'll have people after them. Yeah. If this even gets to season 2, because I don't know how the viewership is. Like, I'm probably going to check after this. I mean, I could check now if it's possible. Yeah. So I'm just typing Alien Earth. So Alien Earth viewership, because I just want to see how the show's done. I really don't know what's the best way to check. So is Wednesday actually beating this show? Cancellation watch. I mean, I know Netflix is kind of getting. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, all of them are renewed. For Alien Earth, it says possible. And we know we're going to get Wednesday season 3. I need to start watching The Sandman. Yeah. But because I'm guessing it obviously did start off really well. People was thinking, man, this is going to be the best show of the year. But it just ended up letting me down, to be honest. Yeah. I was expecting more from this show because we've only got like 2 episodes left, and I'll just basically describe what's probably going to happen in the last 2 episodes, and if they end up not even living up to that, man, this might drop even more where Wednesday's being this show to me. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, if people still actually, there's still people out there who actually love this, awesome, man, but I just expect more from other shows that I've watched, like Severance season 2, like that was just like peak. And then this show started off so well with the first 2 episodes. Then episode 3 and 4 went a bit too slow. 5 finally picked things up, and possibly the best episode of the season. And then they went back to being slow again, and then teasing the thing that we actually wanted the whole episode back at the last minute, which is just disgusting. So for me, overall, I don't even know what I'd rate this show. I have to give it 8 out of 10 if I'm literally giving like 2 or 3 episodes a 10 out of 10 rating. Yeah. And then there's like 1 episode that's like 7.5, but would I give The Fly a 7.5? Even though I kind of... Because out of these 2 episodes, I can't remember which one I enjoyed the least. Possibly this one. This is probably like the weakest episode, but it's because of the beginning though. Like, they had the huge part at the beginning with Wendy and the brother getting chased by the alien, the xenomorph. So maybe I'd say episode 4 is the weakest because it's 100% slow. It's just 100% slow. Yeah, and episode 5 was just like, it just had it was like a better Alien, like the first Alien. It was like a better version of Alien because it had so many things that Alien didn't have and just made it more interesting. And obviously this episode wouldn't exist without the original Alien, and many things wouldn't exist without the original Alien. So obviously I know it's a legendary film, but I am always going to prefer Aliens, and I'd love an episode that just goes fully like Aliens, like in maybe episode 7 or 8. Yeah. Maybe like the Colonel Marines come when things get out of control and try to contain them, but they just end up spreading out and they finally get out the streets. Yeah, and I'm always trying to capture them, but things just go on. It's just, the last 2 episodes could be really good, but I just don't know with how things have been. I just hate that there's things I love about this show and things that I don't, and it's mainly the pacing that's the issue. And I probably should stop here before it goes on for too long, since I'm uploading this on TikTok as well, where I get most of my views. So yeah, I'll probably end it here. Let me know what you think of the show, guys. It's just, I can't say it's my favourite show of the year. Like, that goes to Severance, peak show. But yeah. And if they somehow still let me down in episode 7, possible penultimate episode, because I think there's 8 episodes overall, man, even Wednesday's beating you. That's and to me, Wednesday season 2 is not even better than season 1, even though it's still a great season. But man, Wednesday's beating you. If you're still letting me down going into episode 7, no, come on, you need to deliver in episode 7, otherwise Wednesday's beating you. And then episode 8, like, they have to have something huge happen. They have to fully escape, and then, like, come on, man. And yeah, I'm just gonna end it here because I'm just gonna keep going on and on. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you can leave a like or a love, whatever you call them on TikTok. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.